Hey everybody, this is Mark 2, and welcome to another Multiple Discussions. I'm sorry I haven't had a video in 4 days, but, oh, yeah, 4 days, but I'm officially back. Today we're going to talk about Somnambula. So, the episode opens up with all the police getting ready for the big brother police, who are basically racing around the world, and the fifth line is at Paradise State. And they sing the Big Brother Police. Good song. Uh, then we hear music. I guess you could call it calliope, but it's a trap set by a witch named Somnambula, who, when they get to her, goes from being an old hag to oh, she, she has a hood over her face, but at first, but she starts turning young again, and she starts using magic to give the illusion that it is a carnival. Of course, back with the others, of course, Spike and the others also try to stop him, but they get distracted. And the only person that's not been hypnotized by a song is Heartthrob because they play music to get ready for the Big Brother Party's arrival. Anyway, we turn attention to the other ponies who are now being tricked, but thanks to the power of Somnambula and Bird Carey, who, by the way, doesn't want to really hypnotize him because, she's evil. But she convinces Carey to do so. And then we turn attention back to the Paradise Estate with Big Brother Police arriving. And they're all, headed toward Paradise Estate, telling them what they want to do. And they tell, and each one, has some pony you want to see. And they tell them, and when they get there, Spike and the baby boys tell them that the other boys have gone to hear what this noise was about. Sorry, I'm hoping they're going to be able to cough eventually. But so Big Brother boys decide to go and find them. And so Nebula puts them in a trance, also has Carrie put them in a trance, along with Heartthrob. And when they get there, before they can get any further, Spike the rain police will a big snowball onto him, waking him up. But once we get there, Sonella turns everything into monsters and turns this big cave thing into a monster and a big door. Which is part one. Part two, we see Somnambula, the big one place trying to open the go up the door and try to open it and tell the baby ponies that fight to go back. But and they open the door and Somnambula realizing that she can't trick these ponies decides that it's time for Carrie to sing for them, but she is hesitant and She eventually, and Somnambula eventually gets in sync for them, and they see a bunch, well, what looks like a bunch of toys. A truck, a football field, a tugboat, all basically big boat stuff. And the big boat party say, hey, let's play. No, let's go. Which is a good song, which basically is him feeling back and forth between staying there, staying and playing, or, going to find the others. Eventually, some Nebula and carry, some of them gets carried to um, Sing Did, and they talk the big bug plays as well. But Carrie escapes, and Spike and the others see her. He asks her to if where the little ponies were, and she basically tells him he's not going to go back, but he convinces her. Eventually, they get back. See, they get back, and Carrie sings a different song. It's not some of it, but but now they had to find the unicorns, and so while Spike and the others are facing Somnambula, the others are down below trying to find the unicorns. And they try to knock down the door. Meanwhile, on the top, everything's been turned into monsters. And so they basically see, open the door. Well, Slugger opens the door by kicking it down. And oh, by the way, the employees that have been captured are all old. And the reason why is Somnambula is stealing the youth. And he's stealing the power from the unicorns as well. So they tell Carrie to sing again, but Somnambula puts a muzzle on her and tries to chain up the big brother police. But Slugger, being determined to save Buttons, breaks free and breaks the crystal, which turns Somnambula old again and turns the others back to normal. They get up top and they wonder where Buttons and Slugger are, and they come up with them, and they walk home to end the episode. All right, tomorrow we're going to talk about the final episode of G1. Well, fun of G1, which is The Prince and the Ponies. And then we're moving on to Tails. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys in the next video.